Imagine a town gripped by fear where your neighbors whisper your name in the dark, accusing you of unspeakable evil. What if, in one heartbeat, you went from being a friend to a witch? Welcome to Curiosity Chronicles, where we dive deep into history's most chilling mysteries. Today, we unravel the haunting tale of the Salem witch trials, and even where suspicion turned into mass hysteria and superstition led to death. The question is, could it happen again? Stick with us because this story is about to get dark. In 1692, Salem was a small, deeply religious town living in constant fear of the devil. Every illness, every bad harvest, every unexplained event was thought to be his work. But the darkness creeping into Salem was not just a fear of hell, it was a fear of each other. One cold winter day, two young girls began having violent fits, shaking, screaming, and speaking in tongues. Doctor could not explain it. The only diagnosis, witchcraft. And just like that, the seeds of terror were sown. Would you be next? How do you fight something you can't see, something that lives in the heart of the people you trust? The hysteria spread like wildfire. One by one, accusations surfaced. Children, mere girls like Abigail Williams and Betty Paris were at the heart of it. They pointed fingers claiming to see specters of witches tormenting them. But why were these girls trusted, and why were their cries taken as the gospel truth? Because in Salem, innocence was a mask that could hide the face of the devil himself. In the dead of night, these girls accused neighbors, servants, and even respected women. No one was safe. Would you be safe if your own shadow could betray you? It was a time when words could take your life. The accused were brought to trial not to prove their innocence but to confess their sins. Confessions were wrung from them in the most horrific ways: starvation, isolation, and fear. If they confessed to witchcraft, they might live, but if they denied it, the gallows awaited. Spectral evidence, dreams, and visions were used as proof. Can you imagine being sentenced to death because someone claimed they saw you in a dream? Curiosity Chronicles asks you, what would you do if all that stood between you and death was a confession to something you did not do? When paranoia rules, the innocent are the first to burn. The trials grew more frenzied. In total, 200 people were accused of witchcraft. 20 would be executed, 19 hanged, and one, an old man named Giles Corey, crushed to death under heavy stones. His crime, refusing to plead guilty to something he never did. Corey's last word before the stones broke his rib: more weight. Imagine being so defiant, so certain of your innocence that you would rather be crushed than confess to a lie. The fear in Salem was not of witches, it was of being powerless, of being the next in line for execution. Hysteria has a way of turning friends into enemies and whispers into death sentences. This was not just a courtroom drama, it was an infection that poisoned every relationship in Salem. Neighbor turned against neighbor, children accused their own parents, and ministers prayed for God's mercy while condemning innocent lives to hang. What caused this madness? Was it simply fear of the devil, or was there something darker at play? A hunger for power, revenge, and control? Were these trials a convenient way to get rid of personal enemies? In Curiosity Chronicles, we explore how hysteria can turn ordinary people into monsters. By early 1693, the frenzy had burned itself out, leaving devastation in its wake. The governor of Massachusetts, realizing the horrific mistake, put an end to the trials, but it was too late. Lives had been lost, families destroyed, and an entire town left with blood on its hands. Years later, the accusers would express guilt, claiming they were misled by the devil. The courts would even declare the trials unlawful. But could that undo the damage? The Salem witch trials became a symbol, a chilling reminder of what happens when fear rules reason. And yet, history shows us that witch hunts did not end in Salem. They took on new form, from political persecution to modern-day hysteria. Could another Salem happen today? The true evil of Salem was not witchcraft, it was the darkness within human hearts. As we look back on the Salem witch trials, it's easy to wonder how such madness could ever have taken hold. But the truth is, fear is a powerful weapon, one that can turn rational minds into executioners. What can we learn from this dark chapter in history? That when fear takes over, we are all vulnerable to its influence. Curiosity Chronicles reminds us, be wary of the unknown, but never let it blind you to reason. What happened in Salem is more than a story of witches, it was a warning. If you found this deep dive into the Salem witch trials as gripping as we did, hit that subscribe button and join Curiosity Chronicles for more haunting tales of history's most chilling mysteries. Who knows what other dark secrets lie waiting to be uncovered? Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.